Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to Live, Love, Laugh with Karuna and Chaitanya. Hashtag L3 with Casey. కానీ ఈ వీడియోలో ఓన్లీ కరుణ మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది అండ్ దెర్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ టు డూ విత్ చైతన్య బికాస్ ఇది పర్టికులర్లీ దిస్ వీడియో ఇస్ ఫర్ మై పాడ్కాస్ట్. సో పాడ్కాస్ట్ అంటే ఏంటంటే సింపుల్ వర్డ్స్లో నేను సోది చెప్తా మీరు వినాలంటే అలా అనమాట. అంటే ఐ షేర్ మై నాలెడ్జ్ అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ యూ కెన్ లిసన్ త్రూ ద వీడియో అండ్ గెట్ టు నో ఫ్యూ ఫ్యాక్ట్స్. మేబీ నేను కొన్ని విషయాల్లో రాంగ్ అవ్వచ్చు బట్ నా దగ్గర ఏ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అయితే ఉందో నాకేం తెలుసో బేసికలీ ఐ వోంట్ పోస్ట్ ఆర్ సే సంథింగ్ విచ్ ఈస్ రాంగ్ ఆర్ విచ్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ష్యూర్ అబౌట్. I'll try 99%. I'll try if I know only. Okay, so let's get started. And ఈ వీడియో ఇంగ్లీష్లో చేయాలనుకున్నాను బికాస్ I have few like other language friends also. So to make it common, Hindi I don't want to pick because most of them doesn't know Hindi. So if it is English, I think everybody can understand. That's the reason I'm switching to English now. Finally, I'm starting with my podcast, and this is my first podcast. I'm really, really very nervous now. I know you can get it from my voice. Yeah. So I've been thinking about it like for so long now, and finally I asked many of my friends, my followers, like give me a topic so that I can speak about it. Ani. I know sometimes I have a very bad Telugu influence, so I'll get into Telugu sometimes. So please don't mind. I'll make sure that I'll give subtitles in English if I speak in this podcast in Telugu. So, so I thought, why not? I should start with something I know and I have been, using it. So, I thought I'll make a podcast on what and what exactly is a menstrual cup, and this is more related to females. Also, it's not restricted to males because yeah, it's a kind of knowledge sharing, right? So even you have sisters, mothers, your wives, your girlfriends. So it's a better choice for any girl or any female to switch to a menstrual cup or any eco-friendly product like cloth pads. But in cloth pads, what I felt is you can't exactly know like whether it is fully stained or not. I mean, that is one problem with me. So that's why I didn't switch to cloth pads. Instead, I switched to menstrual cup a couple of years back, which is almost 3 years now. So I'll start my podcast with them, like what exactly is menstrual cup, how I or how you have to use it, and which menstrual cups to buy, where to buy, or what else questions we will have. What, why menstrual cup? Yeah, that's it. So what, why, how, which, where. Perfect. So let's start with what is a menstrual cup exactly. So it's a flexible cup designed for use inside the vagina during your period to collect the menstrual blood. So the cup actually collects the waste blood which we release during menstruation. Generally we use pads. There are many products outside which are which actually we go and buy, which is not a choice again, which is actually for, I mean, I don't know why this is because we are not opting for it. Like, yeah, yes, God give us menstruation and we will go to the shops and we will buy some products. That has to be actually, I feel it has to be free for any female in the world. Whereas I won't say this, but yeah, having sex is an option. So I don't know why in few countries I heard that they gave it for free. Condoms are given for free and with lesser cost, actually very less cost. Whereas when it comes to menstrual pads or anything, any product, menstrual product is not not costly though, not for everyone. But when you compare to people who are below poverty line, yes, it is costly. So which is not an option and which is an option, I think government has to reconsider it. So why I shifted to menstrual cup is because I usually used to have a not a heavy flow or not a low flow. I used to be in middle, like how to say it. And first few days of my periods, like 2 3 days, I used to have a heavy flow. So I thought like using pads is really difficult for me. Why? Because in at times I used to change for like every 2 3 hours. So it is really difficult, right? In a corporate world, you can't go on a break for every 2 3 hours to change your pad. Maybe yes, in menstrual cup also you have to do it, but this doesn't stain you. Whereas, I mean, if there is a gap and there are chances that there will be a leakage too, but mostly it won't. And the best part is um, the smell of the waste blood doesn't come out, which is mostly advertised nowadays in TVs or in any social medias. So I don't know. I don't get this concept of advertising saying that you are worried about the smell, so use this kind of pads. And that's really funny, right? Now, what is a menstrual cup? You I think you have understood, and if you haven't, I think you can always ask me in the comment section below, so I can respond to you guys accordingly. So why I switched to menstrual cup is it's reusable, it's I mean environment friendly, and it's really very cost effective. Maybe when I switched to menstrual cup, I might have used like almost I have spent almost around 15 to 20,000 on menstrual pads alone. You can you trust that? I mean, it's general calculation, right? Every month you'll get periods, right? So if you are on an average, if you are using at least two pack of pads, approximate average it to 100 rupees per month maybe, or less than that you can give it to 80. So 80 per month along the year. So it's 80 into 12, which is 960. So make it 2000. So how many years you have been menstruating? So every year it consider it like 1,000 rupees. How many years? For how long you have been? When is your first period until now? So how many rupees you have spent on it? So based on that, I have approximated around 15,000 when I switched to menstrual cup. Whereas menstrual cup, I bought it for I think 1,200 rupees something, and it's been almost 3 years. Yeah, so very sustainable, right? And there are few menstrual cups which you can use for. Generally, most of them come for a lifetime of 5 to 10 years. So depending on which brand you are using, so the lifetime will change. And that's the reason. That's the main reason, though. And it is environment friendly. You don't need to worry about where your blood is going out. So when you throw out pads, most of the time we don't get a chance to flush off the blood from the pads or clothes when you are outside somewhere. So what I thought is, if it is a cup, if I switch to menstrual cup, all I used to do is just take it off and then throw the waste blood in the commode and then wash it and then put it back. So that's how it works. I mean, it's more like how to say it. Um, Once you flush out the water, again it gets filled with water. So again you flush, again I mean, it's the same. I mean, it's a very bad comparison though. But yeah, once your cup is filled with like completely filled with blood, you know your flow, right? So depending on the flow, you know when to check and when to check exactly. Yeah. So you take the cup out, throw the blood, and then again put it back in. That's how it works. So you don't need to worry exactly where your blood is going because it is going directly into the commode and you're flushing it off. That's the main reason why I have switched to menstrual cup. Coming to next, how you use menstrual cup is you need to put it inside your vagina, and most probably, I'm not sure how many of you know this. Females have three holes down there. One is which is one for yeah, urinary tract, and second one is a love hole, which is your where from where you menstruate, and third is the shit hole from where you shit. So I have noticed like most of the males or females doesn't know this. So that's the reason I'm specifying it. So this cup has to go in your love hole, which is again your vagina. So there are several YouTube videos, not exactly showing up your bare skin or something, but on how to use a menstrual cup. There are like science experiments. They have a model of your vagina. I mean, not yours exactly, sorry about that. A female vagina and menstrual cup. So, where they'll illustrate how to use it. So, it's very easy. And once you figure out your, comfort to like how to put it based on your comfort level, so it'll be very easy. Trust me, for the first 2 3 days, even I feel like bit weird, but then once it is in, I never felt that something is there inside me. People usually generally think that um, there are a few of my friends who came up to me and asked like, can virgins use menstrual cups? There's like some doubts like this because they doubt about breakage of hymen, which is a seal to the vagina, opening of a vagina for a female. Though we haven't, I mean, through my research, what I have read and researched is also about the hymen. So there are several kinds of hymen actually, so which includes holes. There are several holes in your hymen depending on the type of hymen you have. There are like small holes or big, I mean, large holes enough to penetrate penis too. So that's where um, you don't, I mean, there will be no hymen breakage when you have sex. So also some of the hymens break when you are into sports like cycling, athletics, swimming. So you never know how it breaks. But then, if you are a virgin and if you worry about the hymen breakage, I don't feel you should really worry about it. Some people have this, phobia that like they're really worried. How can we put something down there inside? So if you're really scared and if you don't feel comfortable, or if you're feeling pain when you're trying to insert it, I suggest not to use it. Um, not, I mean, I mostly suggest not to, you know, push hard, like which throws you into pain. But again, coming to the people who ask me about the I'm a virgin, how can I put it there and all. So I know, I mean, if you can't actually believe the uh, this thing, like there are several types of hymens which actually have holes and all. So I mean, I have a like small example for this, like a proof. So if your hymen doesn't have holes, and if it is completely, if your vagina is completely sealed, you never might have menstruated till date. Because how the heck that blood is coming out of your vagina if your vagina is closed? I think now you got the answers. If you want to like Google it, research it, you can always go back to Google, check types of hymens, you'll always get the answers there. So that's about hymens and stuff. And getting back to how to use, so there are several videos on YouTube and also on Google where they have illustrated with images and videos how to use a menstrual cup. Unfortunately, this is a podcast, so I cannot show you how to use it. I mean, even I don't have objects to show it. So then how is done, which menstrual cup to use? anything. You have many ranges of which or where to buy. I'm not sure if you can get it in your medical store, because I never got one in medical store. I bought it online from Shikup, and there are many multiple brands came in after I bought it from Shikup, because there are only very fewer brands which are actually producing menstrual cups back in the time when I bought Shikup. So I thought Shikup is a have a sustainability till 10 years. So I thought, why not I try Shikup? So, and yeah, it is working well and fine. And there are many other cups like Bone Cup, Bone brands like Bone, She Cup. I don't exactly know how many other brands came in, because I never checked back. But yeah, you can check it on Amazon or any shopping online site, or even you can Google online sites for menstrual cups. So they'll show you like several brands. So I think, yeah, that's where you find how to buy. And yeah, there are actually few brands which offer different sizes of menstrual cup. Depending on if you have given birth, there'll be a different size of cup. And generally it won't be like much of a difference, I believe, because I have never been through it. So standard one, I mean, generally there will be a standard one and there will be a large size, I guess, for the people who have given birth once or twice or more than that. Because I mean, I think you got the reason. Because they have given birth, yes. So I think there is no question about the size. Depending on, your whole size, you have to pick it. And then finally, I'll tell you about how to reuse it. So the day first time you're trying to use a menstrual cup. So depending on my flow, I went and I checked, and then I took it out, washed it with, you have different liquids for that, or you can use soap. Or if, I mean, during periods like one menstrual cycle, you can use it without washing it every time with the hot water. But once you are done with your menstruation for 1 month, like particular month, if I for suppose if I started today and my menstruation will end in 5 or 7 days, so post that, like post menstruation in this month, I'll you know boil this menstrual cup in hot water, so that it can be reused for the next time. It is really safe. And in between, like during menstruation, so every time you take it out, you have to wash it with soap, or you can use V wash too, which is safe. And I have been using V wash, and it is really okay to use it. It's And then what else did I miss? I think that's it. If you have any other questions about menstrual cup, you can always hit me up uh, in the comment section, and I'll reply to your questions. And here are few questions, few FAQs which I have been asked. So one is, what if you are at work and you need to pee and your menstrual cup is full? That is the reason I have mentioned there are three different holes. One to pee, one is the love hole, which is your vagina hole, and the other is to, asshole, shit, to shit. So both holes are different. So you don't need to worry. When you're peeing, the menstrual cup doesn't come out of your love hole if you're not peeing hard. So and the basic hazards of disposing pads, tampons, there are actually, they may cause toxic shock syndrome, which this information I got particularly in the She Cup manual. Like when I ordered, they gave me a small handy manual where they have mentioned this thing: the hazards of disposable pads and tampons, or the threat of toxic shock syndrome, which is sometimes we may get you know we may not get time to dispose our pads, and we may be on longer time having the same pad between changes. so which may create problems with the body's natural moisture level, because these pads and tampons also absorb the natural beneficial moisture of the body. Since your vagina cleans itself through its own secretions, pads and tampons interfere with this natural cleaning process, which is actually not good for your vagina or also you. I also have these problems. Like there are days when I went on longer time with the pads when I'm outside or there is no chance of changing pad. So that time, I think most of the women might have experienced this, like going on longer periods with longer time with the periods, longer time with the pads, and then there is a irritation on the skin. That it's because of this only TSS, toxic shock syndrome. And then many asked, what if it falls off when you pee? I trust me, it won't. Because I have been using it for 3 years and it's not like I haven't peed when I'm having it inside, right? So if you watch the YouTube videos like how to use it, you'll get to understand. I mean you will totally get it how to use it. That's it for the day. I call it a day. And if you have any other questions, any further questions about menstrual cups or um, any other menstrual eco-friendly product, I can help you with in the comment section. Also, you can reach out to me on my IG Karuna_Akurati. I'll write down in the description below, so you can always reach out to me there. Thank you so much for watching, and please do give it a like. And if you feel that your friends should have this knowledge about menstruation, you can always feel free to share this video with them. Also, if you have any doubts, please do let me know in the comment section.